evening, everybody, and welcome to the 4th London to Brighton EV Rally, the 2nd London to Paris EV Rally, and the 1st London to Geneva EV Rally. So, the community has grown and grown and grown. Every year the technology gets better. Every year you probably notice the infrastructure improving massively along the motorways as we go. I did Geneva to Paris to Brighton over the last couple of days, and the technology in France is a whole world away from what it was just a year ago.
Thank you very much for talking with us tonight. Yeah, the 2024 EV Rally is about to start tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not sure you're going to actually be part of it.
I'm very pleased that that the rally has expanded and continued. I did the very first one, and before that, I rode this t-shirt I'm wearing. I rode from London to Paris and back trail riding on a zero electric motorcycle. I did the first London to Brighton on a Harley-Davidson live wire. You know, I like all kinds of motorcycles, but electric is the future, because you can't beat that oomph when you open that throttle. It just goes woof. And I wish more people would try them before they write them off, because that's the future.
This is your first time London to Geneva on an electric vehicle?
It is London to Geneva. I did London to Paris last year. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully, if the weather stays nice, it should be down. It'll be good down in Brighton today, and thoroughly looking forward to it.
So here we are. It's 7:20. We are surrounded by EVs. More coming in. We leave for Brighton soon, and then some of us go on to France and then on to Geneva. It's a fantastic group of EV evangelists, just showing that they work, that they are reliable, that people like them, and that all the stuff you read in the newspapers might not be absolutely true.
So I'm Casey Talks EV, so I'm here absolutely amazing at the London to Brighton EV Rally. So I've been invited down here by London to Brighton EV Rally, and I've got a BYD Atto free on test as well. Really, really excited. I know that it's an efficiency challenge, so I've given it a good test run. I think I'll get maybe 5 miles per kilowatt hour. We'll see.
Excitement.
Yes. Yeah.
What that map does?
We have an app that tells people where to charge. Really looking forward to engaging with people, loving meeting people that use the app.
Of the London to Geneva.
Yes, it was an early start this morning. We started at Westminster City School. One of the nicest parts about the rally is the networking element. So there were a lot of people there that we'd seen last year and the year before and the year before that. And there were people that we'd never met before. The wonderful thing about the rally is that each time it changes, the vehicles change, and you can see it's like a microcosm of the changes in the industry. Because when we first did the rally in 2021, at least half, if not more than half, of the vehicles were Teslas. But now everything's opened up massively, so nearly every brand now offers an electric version. Another wonderful thing about the rally is all of the different people from different parts of the country and different parts of Europe that are joining us. We've got Ramon, our Dutch friend, who's been coming over from Holland every year since the beginning. I was chatting to a couple last night who'd come down from Durham, and they're going all the way to Geneva, and then back again, so they're going to have a really big adventure. Just London to Brighton today, which is not a great distance, but if you look at all of the journeys that people have already made to get here, it's quite staggering. Hello!
Hello, you yellow
How are you
people.
doing?
I'm alright, it's very yellow.
It is, yeah. Hooray!
In Brighton, great journey, really, really good, and wildly impressed with this BYD Dolphin. Not least its range, and I mean the fact that it's consumed pretty well what it said in the WLTP figures. So, and the quality is great, so really, really interesting, and of course we made it. I've got 190 miles left to charge. So, yeah, great.
Here we are on Brighton seafront again. Beautiful. It's lovely to be in Brighton, and what an event and what a nice day. And the seafront looks amazing. So many different people and exhibitors, and yeah, it's going to be a good day. This is all about celebrating the technology, and every year the technology is just getting better and better.
This is the wonderful Microlino. It is one of the most fantastic and most efficient little cars that you'll find on this rally. It is made in Turin by a Swiss company called Micro. You might be familiar with this from your children's scooters. Obviously it takes a lot of inspiration from the BMW Isetta or the ISO Isetta. Seats 2. It's got a 10.5, this one's got a 10.5 kilowatt hour battery, which is good for about 100 miles of range. Incredibly efficient, like I said. I got about 8 miles per kilowatt hour when I came down from London yesterday. One of the great advantages, and it really surprises people, is the size of the boot. So the boot itself has about 230 litres of space, so certainly plenty for your shopping. And I guess the biggest thing about this is it brings joy to people's world. I'm a real fan of making sure that you choose the right size vehicle for the job, and this for me is absolutely the right size vehicle.
I'm one of the founders of the Electric Brighton car share project.
Cool, which is finally happening.
Yes, we've been trying for about 4 years to make this happen, and the reason we haven't been able to is that the existing grants for charging points on street have been for open public use, so we haven't been able to put our cars on those. But from this year, the council in Brighton is getting access to grants that allow them to put shareable charging points on street, and we'll be able to have sharing cars, and we're putting in 4. When the charging points are there, we'll be able to put the first 4 cars in. It's really turning into quite a routine now, that this electric car rally from London to Brighton, except that this year it's going on to Paris and Geneva.
My name is Satya Babu. I'm responsible for the chassis design, vehicle testing and all of certification at Volta Trucks. This truck is a 16 to 18 ton fully electric truck. It's probably the first custom built truck for an electric platform. So the batteries are placed between the frame rails. So unlike conventional trucks where they're putting the batteries on the outside, and more critically, it has got a low entry cab with a much more direct vision on this one. So it's got sliding doors, it's got full glass planes, and the front windscreen is much larger in size, so you can see the anyone like a cyclist or a pedestrian right in front of you and on the sides as well, and the driver is seated in the middle. Our company is based in the UK.
Year we've been doing this, and I'll be honest, when we first started I didn't know anything about electric cars. The organiser Bill said to me, how do you fancy a day out on the seafront? I'll throw in some fish and chips. I was like, I'm in. But as the years have gone on, it's actually become one of my favourite events to host, and that's mainly because of the people.
Last year, I sat with Adam and Mike and everyone from Drive Electric in a garden in Paris, having driven overnight through the night on a ferry, having about 40 minutes sleep for the whole journey. And we literally, my nephew Joe will attest to the fact that how difficult it was to actually have very little sleep and then drive on to Paris, then back again. So we've learnt our lesson. Tom Druitt and his team are then taking, Tom's over here, big shout out to Big Lemon. Tom basically has decided to take everyone to Paris and Geneva tomorrow. So I'm really, respect to Tom for that, I have to say. Well done. And, I'm with you in spirit, if not in stupidness. And we really are pleased that it's extended and that the international leg is extended again. And, thank you so much for the inspiration of 4 years ago for getting together and doing this. Because me and Tom had the idea in the back of my car. Yeah, it was the back of my car, and
that sounds
not in a weird way.
You're doing something really important for the environment. You're also saving a few pennies along the way. What is there not to love about that?
It's about sustainability, better technology. That's the thing about. The big thing that really annoys me at the moment is all of the crap that you read on social media. You just think, this is unbelievable. They're not just better for the environment in every way, they're also nicer to drive, they're nicer to sit in, they're more enjoyable journeys. The drivers love the buses, they are smooth, they are comfortable, they've got USB chargers, they've got air conditioning. It's just so much better than the old clapped out crap that used to get. Lovely event, thank you all.
Mr. Tom Druitt, thank you.
The things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it.
We're at the beginning of the EV Rally to Geneva, 19 intrepid souls, all driving electric cars, and we go from here in Brighton to the ferry in Newhaven, then from Newhaven to Dieppe, from Dieppe to Paris, and from Paris to Geneva. There will be no range anxiety because all these cars have really, really decent ranges, and whisper it not, but the French charging infrastructure is much better than it is here. So wish us luck.
Impression so far, look at this is beautiful. Blue skies, got a Volta truck now pulled up behind me, so all's good. And we're heading that way to Newhaven to then head to Paris today, so all good.
What are you driving?
I'm driving a Nissan NV200. It has been modified to drive up to 240 kilometers. That's about 150 miles. This car is from the year 2016, when it came off the factory. It only had a CHAdeMO and a Type 1 charger. I have modified it to add another CCS to it. It can charge up to 72 kilowatts. Anyway, I converted my van into a camper van, micro van, so I can sleep in here at night during camping sites and stuff, just like last night.
So we're Team ZapMap, so based in Bristol, so we actually came from Bristol to London Friday night, so we've already done about 250 miles. And just to be different, and also to timings on us getting back, so we're doing the whole thing in 4 days, we're taking the Eurotunnel instead of the ferry with everyone else. So yeah, just talking to Tom, it'll be interesting to see the difference in route, efficiency, timing. Because yeah, so today we're about 300 miles, I think everyone else is about 100. But the ferry is 4 hours and our train is 20 minutes. Very much a different way of achieving the same goal. Yeah.
Nice sunny day, it's a great day to be driving, and yeah, looking forward to being in France and then Geneva.
So what are you driving here?
So I am driving a Skywell BE11, which is a kind of Model Y Kia EV6 competitor, mid-30s rising to just under £40,000. This is the first time anybody's really driven it, and it's a kind of European exclusive, so looking forward to it. So far from Brighton here, it's really good, and what's impressed me is the quality. It really is. Lovely cabin, nice leather, wood. Well, not real wood, obviously. Nobody's got real wood anymore. But no, nice car, so fingers crossed, and I'll give you a verdict later. So we're on our way to Dieppe on the ferry, and we're driving zero tailpipe emission cars, which is great, but I look up and I can see the fumes from the diesel engines on this ferry. So, you know, there's a bit of guilt. Wouldn't it be lovely if we were driving zero emission tailpipe electric cars on an electric ferry? And that technology is here and now. We need to think as a society how we do this properly and make sure that the whole circular economy is supported by political and economic and financial action to just reduce as much of these emissions as we can.
Where are you guys coming from?
We've come from South Ayrshire in southern Scotland. We've done it over 2 days, stopping at Stafford, stopping at Portsmouth and staying overnight in Brighton before coming to the rally this morning. The longest part of the rally is the journey down from Scotland to Brighton, and then obviously going back again. It's going to be a long journey.
Here we are on the ferry in the middle of the English Channel. I'm genuinely interested today to see who's going to get to Paris first. Is it going to be the main group that have come on the ferry, or Team ZapMap that have gone via the M25, Folkestone and the Channel Tunnel? So while we've been on the ferry, we've got plenty of time to chat, and we've been having a good conversation about what to do next year. A number of ideas have come up. One is to do something similar to this year, London to Brighton to Paris, and maybe either to Geneva or maybe to a different city, maybe somewhere else in France, maybe Barcelona, maybe to Geneva and on to Milan or Venice or Rome. Another idea is to look at what emerging technologies are coming out of Europe at the moment and see if we can incorporate those technologies and visits to factories or new vehicle manufacturers or new technology companies, charging infrastructure, solar energy, renewables, whatever it is. It would be lovely to incorporate some of that new tech in our journey next time. So if you have any ideas, then please let us know, and we'll we'll see what happens.
I am Pascal Hureau. I am the president of the French Federation of EV Users, FAUVE, F-F-A-U-V-E. The network of charging stations in France has been improved a lot in the last 3 years. At this moment, we have more than 130,000 charging points accessible to the public nationwide. If you are considering just the motorways, 100% of our service stations on the motorway where you could have a pump station, where you could have a shop, etc. All these stations have now a very fast charging station in addition to the traditional one. And this is very good because we can cross France, without any anxiety anymore about the number of kilometers you can make with your car. But the best practice is not to wait to get 100%. It's in that situation to charge up to 70–80% and then to go to another one in order to facilitate the rotation, the possibility to offer the space to someone else. So this is the situation at the moment. So the situation in France is rather good. The next efforts are expected to come from the other roads, because in the smaller roads, in the smaller cities, much effort should be done at the moment.
The whole French contingent. It really is lovely to be with you and for this hand of friendship between us and to be unified by this new technology which we're all being pioneers and trying to promote. Thank you all very much. It's been an absolute honor.
We kind of think about this, it's like we drove the car like you would any other car. So if you literally swapped from a diesel Golf into my car and drove it the same way with the same mentality, that's what we did. Range anxiety we're trying to disprove range anxiety, it wasn't what we were thinking about. Started in Bristol on Friday. I've got a friend in Brighton, let's go and pick him up and drive to Geneva. What would you do? It's like you drive at the motorway speeds, you charge it when you stop, just don't stop to charge. Stay at a friend's house, you get a bit of charge overnight. We stayed in a hotel last night and there was a charger there as well. Put the aircon on, it was hot, there's 4 of us in the car. You stop for a coffee every couple of hours or the toilet break. We don't need to be charging now, the traffic was slow leaving Paris, so we didn't use a lot of charge. It's the Cupra-born V2, 77 kilowatt hour battery. Kind of when you charge, based on my driving pattern, it's 320 miles. Went on the train as opposed to everyone going on the ferry, because if you just look at Google Maps, I want to go from Bristol to Paris, that's the way it takes you. It's longer, so if efficiency and minimising mileage and then minimising usage is not the forefront of your mind, just follow Google Maps, which is what I suspect when we go mass market, that's what people will be doing. It worked. We stopped at the Folkestone terminal, we were there for half an hour, the car topped itself back up to about 92%, stopped on the way for lunch, and then by the time we'd finished our sandwich and our coffee, it was at 100% again.
So I'm Darren and I've been a lifelong petrol head. Changed my first engine on my own when I was 13, bought a Haynes manual and fixed my sister's broken car. I've owned literally hundreds of motorbikes and hundreds of cars. But now I even ended up doing rallying, so I did Wales Rally GB 4 times, 3 times in a car that I built myself with my friend Paul, who's there, he was my navigator. But now complete convert to EVs because I realised that we need to keep driving, and people want to keep driving, but obviously doing it with much lower impact and actually in nearly every way I prefer an EV. It's quiet, it's smooth, it's fast, it's deceptively fast. That thing is violently sick fast. It's like a fairground ride that just keeps on going. And I've built hundreds of cars. I'm the guy who can fix everything, and I know everything that goes wrong with cars. This is like so simple in comparison. There's like 4 moving parts compared to I think it's 2,000 in the engine of my van. So it's just no contest really. And now the fact we're stood here not charging, we're just having a chat because this will go another nearly 200 miles and we've just come from Paris. I think that says a lot.
This just goes to show how much the technology has come, because we had 21% when we arrived here. I parked up, put it on charge, solar chargers, very good. We went in, we got a drink, a sandwich, went to the loo, came out, had a chat over there, came back. I should probably check it, I don't really want to go above 80. And I've just opened the app and it says 99. Like we've only been here 25 minutes.
So I was driving this little baby, but apparently 1.9 miles per kilowatt is not good, so Tommy's taking over.
We really can do better than this. We really can. Bonjour, here we are in Aire de la Chaponne, halfway between Paris and Geneva, on the 3rd day of the London to Geneva EV Rally. We started on Saturday in London, we started in Brighton on Sunday, yesterday morning, last night we arrived in Paris, and this year we're going to Geneva. Paris to Geneva is about 550 kilometers. This is about the maximum range of the highest range EVs at the moment. So we're testing the technology, we're testing the charging infrastructure, we are meeting people, networking, we're sharing information and creating collaborative partnerships between UK and French and even Swiss participants and companies and organizations.
Voilà. Et en français, un petit complément, la Fédération française de FOV collabore à cet événement. On était allé l'an dernier accueillir nos amis britanniques à Dieppe. On les avait accompagnés à Paris et cette fois, sur leur invitation, c'est nous qui avons pris le ferry, qui sommes allés à Brighton. Nous avons vu comment l'événement était juste énorme, merveilleux, formidable, super temps. Et puis là, on roule jusqu'à Genève. Donc on se dit que ça serait quand même peut-être chouette d'associer l'année prochaine un réseau de recharge et pourquoi pas nos amis de Total.
Yeah. Downtown of the heat.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
So we're charging at the side of the motorway, but the battery's getting hot because in the Leaf it's air cooled. So the charger has slowed down a bit now, so it's charging a little more slowly. And we are filling some time and having an ice cream.
So Tom, talking about range anxiety, a couple of signs to... So this one says all charging are out of range and we have 1% battery left. But you look pretty relaxed.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. We've got a services up here that I've used before. It's got good charging facilities, very easy to use. It's 1 mile away. We've got 1%, no problem.
Tom, we have 0% left on the battery. The car is still going.
It is, yes. We've pushed this one to the max. We've got 0%. It's showing 0 range left in the battery. It says that all charging stations are out of range, but the car is still going. Unfortunately, right here, there's a services with chargers. So let's hope they work.
What if it doesn't work?
What could possibly go wrong?
I got my Octopus Electroverse card for free. Anyone can get one.
I tap it here, and it says, you're allowed to start charging. And it's as quick as that.
Good evening, ladies and gents. We just genuinely want to say thank you very, very much. It's been loads of fun. I never expected that I would end up running out of charge twice on the same hill, heading for the same charger just outside Geneva, but somehow managed that. And we've got some wonderful stories from all of you. William has been great at capturing little nuggets of interest. Well done, Will, thank you. There's loads of great stories and it'd be nice to share them and we can relive the event. Without further ado, prizes. Things that Joe Bloggs in a petrol or diesel car is going to be worried about, and then try and identify prizes for those things so we can demonstrate actually that you can go a long way on one trip, on one charge. You can charge your vehicle plus 50% in the time it takes to go to the loo, grab a bite to eat and come back. You can do, you know, really efficient and affordable travel. Well done. Thank